breaking news in the morning. We have more breaking news overnight right here on GMA. 3 American soldiers killed and a 4th injured after 2 U.S. Army helicopters collided in Alaska. Our Martha Rydetz is tracking the latest and has all the details. Plus, this morning, I'll be tracking that wild weather happening all across the country as the Mississippi River swells to levels that we have not seen in decades. At least 7 reported tornadoes from that Florida-Georgia line area. And so we've got to show you all the damage there. The East Coast is ready for a washout of a weekend. That's all right here on GMA.
All right, back here at home, Battle of Flowers coverage starts right after the break on GMSA. Mark and Steph are standing by live. We're going to check in with them. And if you are headed out there, we're going to be checking in on the roadways. Steven is in through the morning. He's going to have what you need to know before you head out the door.
Great weather for Battle of Flowers, but severe weather a good bet this evening. We're going to time it all out for you coming up.
And most City of San Antonio offices closed today for Fiesta San Jacinto Day and, of course, Battle of Flowers. Emergency crews will, of course, be on duty. City parks will be open, but City Hall and most municipal offices closed today. Also, no early voting today. And hey, welcome back. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. It's April 28th and it is Fiesta Friday. And we are all just so excited, looking forward to it.
So excited. We know Mark and Steph are out there. We're happy to start your Friday with you today. And I mean, we're trying to look festive here.
Yes, that's the goal. We have the red earrings.
Oh, yeah. You're popping on the screen. I got the Battle of Flowers. Battle of Flowers tie, Justin.
I mean, yeah.
What do you mean trying to look festive? You are.
Well, I don't want to throw you under the bus, but you could have done a little bit more.
I tried with the
Steven Cavazos even has the flower pocket square. I mean,
could have did a little bit more. He's like,
tough crowd.
Don't drag me in.
You look nice, Justin. You look nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Alyssa. Right now, we've got some clouds starting to move in. A lot more moisture starting to surge in this morning, so it's more humid than it was yesterday. Yesterday was great, right? Today, you're going to feel the stickiness a little bit more. 67 right now and cloudy. And yes, there is some fog trying to develop, so visibility's come down a little bit in spots. You see the visibility numbers here down to about 4 miles at Randolph, 6 miles at Stinson. But Pleasanton down to a mile. Seguin seeing some fog. We're also seeing that around New Braunfels. And I suspect we'll see this work a little bit further north and west and may affect the city of San Antonio, at least briefly this morning. KSAT 12-hour forecast, mostly cloudy, patchy fog through about 9 o'clock. Then it becomes mostly sunny. Battle of Flowers, temperatures will be in the 70s, lots of sun, a little humidity, but all in all, pretty good looking forecast. It's not until tonight that things kind of change for the worst, right? We expect that we're going to get some scattered thunderstorms in the forecast starting at about 5 o'clock and really picking up 6 to 7 p.m. This is a time frame where we could start to see some severe weather as well. So this is something we'll be watching very closely for. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded our area to a risk for numerous severe storms. So on a scale of 1 to 5, this is about a 3. It's an elevated risk. Hail, gusty winds are going to be the main threats. And we're going to talk all about it, time it out for you, coming up here in just a few minutes. But Steven has been fairly busy this morning when it comes to traffic. What's going on over there?
You know, a little bit busier than we expected, Justin. And by the way, I do love the tie. It's very festive.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can step it up. Wow. Just kidding. We don't want to come down on Justin too much. But let's take a look there. You know, we talked a little bit about some of the fog that has been taking over a little bit of the TransGuide cameras here. 37 at Salado Creek. Thankfully, this is not impacting traffic, but Justin mentioned this earlier. We just want you to be aware if you get the commute rolling this early in the morning. Thankfully, the north and southbound lanes here aren't too much of a concern, but take your time, especially if you're traveling in for Battle of Flowers. We do know we have some stalled vehicles to report as well. So I was trying to get this one labeled here. You see it there along I-10. That's in the westbound lanes near Fresno Street. Watch out if you're traveling through the area, but we take you in. There's actually a stalled vehicle also reported here at US 90 eastbound at Leon Creek. This is according to TxDOT, so if you're traveling in this early in the morning from Castroville, you may want to move over or slow down and be on the lookout for those hazard lights or flashing lights from a TxDOT Hero truck. Thankfully, we're not seeing any major delays if you are traveling into San Antonio for any of the festivities. Hey, pretty green from Seguin along I-10 westbound, about 30 minutes at this hour. It's about 33 minutes if you're traveling along 87 northbound heading in from Lavernia. And right now, the commute for our friends down in Floresville should be about 29 minutes. So perfect opportunity opportunity to get the day started early. But again, watch out for some of the fog there at 37 at Salado Creek. We aren't seeing too many delays just yet, but quick rotation and a look around town. 35 southbound, the upper and lower levels at Main are getting a little bit busier, guys. We'll keep a close eye on things and have those updates for you throughout the morning. Max.
Thank you, Steve. We're going to go to some late-breaking news this morning. San Antonio police tell us one man in the hospital after getting shot. This in the aftermath of a fight with 4 other people. So this is what we know right now. It happened just after 10 p.m. This is an apartment complex in the 3300 block of Roselawn. That's near Kennedy Park on the city's southwest side. Police tell us that victim shot in the shoulder. SAPD telling us that this happened right after a shooting, and the suspects jumped into a car. They drove off. Right now, no indication that anyone's been arrested. We do know the victim was able to get away, go to another apartment complex, call 911. He was put in an ambulance, taken to the hospital, still waiting to learn the latest on his condition.
San Antonio firefighters say a shortage shed fire damaged a home on the city's northwest side. It happened on the 200th block of Green Meadow Boulevard near Jackson Keller Road and Blanco Road. The shed was destroyed and flames made their way into the attic of a nearby home. Nobody was living in the house at the time of the fire, and neighbors had complained to city council that it being used as, quote, hoarder house. That's what they described that house as, a hoarder house. There were no injuries from that fire.
All right, so obviously we reported on First Republic, we reported on SVB, that's Silicon Valley Bank. Well, there are new reports out later today, and it's going to look more extensively into why those 2 regional banks failed just last month.
Well, Max, we know that caused people to rush to get their money and prompting financial fears across the world. As ABC's Lindsay Watts explains, that report by the Federal Reserve and the FDIC will also propose ways to prevent this from happening again.
What led up to the banking implosion that put markets on edge and rattled the global financial system? 2 reports out today will shed light on the failures last month of Silicon Valley and Signature banks. The Federal Reserve and FDIC releasing dual post-mortem reports. One big question, what did the Fed know and when? Before Congress, the Fed supervisory chair was asked directly whether he believed the Fed dropped the ball.
Fundamentally, the bank failed because its management failed to appropriately address clear interest rate risk and clear liquidity risk.
This morning, Reuters is reporting that regulators were worried before the March crisis, that the FDIC warned late last year large portions of regional bank deposit balances were uninsured, noting the potential for impacts on other banks. The reports out today are also expected to address whether regional banks should once again undergo stress tests like the nation's largest banks. Those rules were rolled back under the Trump administration.
We need better laws here in Congress.
There was a clear supervisory failure. Our regulators were simply asleep at the wheel.
Right now, another regional bank is on the brink. Shares of First Republic Bank plummeted nearly 50% Tuesday. In all, shares have fallen almost 90% since the beginning of the year. The White House says it's continuing to monitor the situation.
The FDIC will issue another report on Monday about deposit insurance. Currently, the Feds insure deposits up to $250,000, though all deposits were insured when those 2 banks failed. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
It is Fiesta Friday, and right now your time is 6:08 and it's 67 degrees outside.
All right, our crews are standing by live. We're going to be checking in with everyone, getting ready for Battle of Flowers. We're going to take a live look out there. What you can expect if you do head out there. Justin telling us it is going to be perfect for the parade, but what's it going to look like this evening? We're talking to the chance of severe storms. We're going to check in with Justin. We're going to check in with all our friends at the parade in just a few moments. Good morning, welcome back. Happy Friday. It is Battle of Flowers. Our coverage continues through the morning. We are live as we're getting ready for our KSAT watch party.
Absolutely. Mark, Stephanie, they're all out there. Jonathan, good morning, you all. Stephanie, I have to say, what a beautiful flower crown.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had one, but my husband was at a Fiesta event, and he's like, do you want another one? I'm like, of course. So, Rosie, thank you very much. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
All you guys look like great. Jonathan's here, too, along with photog Azia Bermea. Priscilla Karaman is back here to help us out as well. So if you're wondering where we are We are downtown, right at the corner of Avenue E and 6th Street. Broadway's behind us. I-37 is right over there. We're right on the parade route. And if you're wondering that at 6:12 in the morning, are people showing up? The answer is
absolutely yes. In fact, coming over here, we got stuck in another parade. It was like the mini parade before the parade, the parade without the people on them. And so, yes, people are out and about and they're getting ready. The food booths are going up. Some of them are already up. And it's pretty exciting to see everybody out. It doesn't feel like 6-something in the morning.
It really doesn't.
It sure doesn't. I have to say the streets of San Antonio are electrifying at 6 in the morning. Things are moving at a different pace this morning. We have food vendors already setting up. As Stephanie mentioned, those floats are already making their way over to the starting line, if you will. It feels great and hasn't even started.
That's right. Well, we're looking forward to a great Battle of Flowers parade today. As you can see behind us, the obvious is the grandstand for the KSAT Insider Party. And in case you're wondering, this is our biggest setup to date that I can recall. And are tickets still available? The answer is yes. I checked right before I left the station this morning, and there are still tickets available. So if you're a last-minute kind of person, guess what? Today's your day.
That's me. So yeah, it's ksat.com, and it's under the entertainment tab, and under that it's the Fiesta tab, and of course, you know, Battle of Flowers party. So
all right. And the whole Insider Party here, we've got food, we've got private bathrooms, and we've got a really good view here along the parade route for later on this morning.
Absolutely excellent. And as you can see, just goes all the way up, so you're going to get to see those beautiful floats, which, as Stephanie mentioned, we got a sneak peek of them. They look awesome.
Well, we are just hours away. We're ready right now, but now we've got to find something to do between now and then. But
well, we can watch this parade happening, the parade of setup.
Right.
Or we can see if the Gordita stand is ready to go.
We could do that too. Yeah, because I don't know if I don't know if the Las Palapas folks are already here. They've got their giant catering trailer back here. That's so right. We're good to go for 2023 Battle of Flowers. We're all excited, and we're going to toss it back to you guys there in the studio.
All right, Mark, Steph, Jonathan, thank you guys so much. And they're wondering what they can do. They can stay with us. We'll take them again live. We want a full preview, give everyone a little inside info into the KSAT Insider Party. But for now, Steven Cavazos, we know a lot of people out and about.
Yeah.
You know, what does it look like out there?
I like the way Jonathan described it, that things are moving at a different pace this morning out on the roads, because we know a lot of people want to get there very early. So here's what we can expect right now if you're making your way out the door. 37 at Jones Avenue, north and south, not a bad spot there. But watch out for some of the fog. We've been seeing it take over some of the TransGuide cameras, but not everywhere. 37 at Hackberry is not a bad shot, but there at Salado Creek, you can see a little bit more of that creeping in. Just drive safe as you get the commute rolling this morning. Thankfully, there's not any issues at this hour. Just a stalled vehicle off US 90 eastbound at Leon Creek. Looks like that's cleared out, so I'm going to get that removed from our map momentarily. But we still have a stall over here at I-10 westbound at Fresno. But other than that, folks, it is a quiet start here as we get the morning commute rolling. You can see plenty of green on the screen. Few active construction spots, but none of it is really going to impact the commute if you're heading into the downtown area or just want to check out Battle of Flowers Parade. That's all going to be happening a little bit later, but thankfully we know the commute is fine right now as people are getting their day started, ready for this Fiesta Friday.
All right, so I guess the question is, Justin, how's the parade going to hold up?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, the gorditas that were mentioned.
I know, like if you guys could just hold down the fort until we get there, that'd be great.
Right,
yeah, save us some salsa.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's all good.
The vibe.
It's all good. The forecast is all good for Battle of Flowers. It's this evening that we've got to watch really closely. And there's a lot of Fiesta events going on tonight, too, so we got to watch all that. Let's first start with what's going on outside. We've got cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 60s. Humidity has increased quite a bit overnight, so that's why there is fog beginning to develop, as Stephen pointed out a little bit earlier. And we're seeing visibility starting to come down, especially as you go east of town. Seguin, about 1.6 mile visibility there. 4 miles in New Braunfels. Around San Antonio, we've kind of been flirting with the fog here. It hasn't really set in, but we're seeing numbers come down ever so slightly, and I think we'll see a little bit more of that here for the next couple of hours. Now, the fog won't last that long. By mid-morning, it will, for the most part, have gone away. But we're seeing thicker fog just to the south and east of town, and this is trying to spread north and west along with the moisture. Okay, let's talk about the forecast. We'll get right to it. Battle of Flowers looks good, as I said. Fog burns off by mid-morning, so do the clouds. So we're looking at sunny skies from 9 to noon. Temperatures will start off in the 60s for the start of the parade, end up around 80. By 3 o'clock, we're closing in on 90 degrees, and it's humid. But by, say, 6, 9 o'clock, this is where things start to change. We're going to see some pretty rapidly developing thunderstorms, 4 or 5 o'clock in the hill country. And those work towards San Antonio by the 6 to 9 o'clock hour. And this is where we could see some of our stronger storms. So here's the setup. We've got a frontal boundary that's working across the Texas Panhandle. That spreads south and east at a pretty quick clip. So it's up and down the I-35 corridor around 4 o'clock where storms really start to take shape. DFW will get hit first, but we'll start to see storms develop further south along the front around that time. And it's out ahead of that front where there is a pretty decent risk for severe weather today. Storm Prediction Center has us in the numerous category, and this is an upgrade from what we were talking about yesterday. So on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 3. That is an elevated risk for us. And you'll see most of the hill country in San Antonio are within that numerous risk. Scattered for everyone else. So look, the bottom line here is everyone has a chance for severe weather today. The main threats, hail and gusty winds. Forecast around 4 o'clock. There we start to see the isolated storms. Then by 5 o'clock, storms are starting to develop pretty rapidly. Then by 6 p.m., we've got a broken line of showers and storms, some of which are probably strong to severe at this point. And this particular model has storms rolling into San Antonio around 7 o'clock, give or take an hour. But that's kind of the idea here. And that's when our best odds at storms will be. Severe storms will be possible up and down this line. Then by 8 o'clock, starting to push south and east. And by 9, 10 o'clock, this is pushing towards the coast. So this all happens pretty quickly, so it's not going to stick around very long. It's just that the threat is there. We need to let you know that. That means with the quick moving fashion of these storms, we're not expecting a ton of rain. It is the severe weather that really is the biggest threat. By 3 a.m., we're still seeing some lingering showers, but I think all those are out of here by sunrise Saturday. Saturday will be nice too. It's just that it's going to be a little windy, especially first half of the day, and a little cooler too behind that front. So as I mentioned, the storm threats. Hail is going to be our biggest threat, but wind gusts will also be a problem, especially if this line gets going pretty quickly. And those are two things we'll be watching and monitoring very closely. On the backside of all this, we're going to get some gusty winds too. Gusts potentially as high as 40 miles per hour by Saturday morning. That'll be out of the north, so heads up there too. But by the time we get to Fiesta Flambeau, temperatures will be in the 70s, eventually 60s during the heart of the parade. Winds will have let up. And by the end of the parade, it'll be almost downright chilly. Temperatures in the 50s. So you may want to take a light jacket if you're heading out to Fiesta Flambeau. 89 today, 75 tomorrow, 84 Sunday. And then we add in some humidity by Tuesday and more clouds. And maybe another small rain chance by the time we get to Thursday of next week with temperatures in the mid-80s. So we'll be watching closely tonight. Keep that KSAT weather app by you because we'll have updates for sure.
Yeah, of course. We encourage people to drive sober, of course, but with the severe weather tonight, it's really important, of course, probably get that Uber.
Very good point. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's crazy how it goes around the parade. Like it's almost timed perfectly.
Timing has worked out well this year.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Justin, thank you.
Right now, your time is 6:20 and it's 67 degrees outside.
All right. Speaking of timing, I mean, it's been crazy out there. I was so surprised. Look at all those vehicles on the roadway.
Wow.
I mean, you consider a lot of people off school, some people off work today. So if you are out and about this morning, if you're headed to Ballot Flowers, we already heard from Mark, Steph, and Jonathan saying that people are out there. They got the tents up, food stations out. If you are out and about, make sure to drive safely, be smart. We'll be right back.
Martial arts is my passion.
I work out whenever I can.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it can be tough.
My skin was so uncomfortable.
The itching was so bad.
Now I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Faces of Fiesta is powered by your local San Antonio area Chevy dealers. Since its first fair back in 1968, the King William Fair has grown from a one-block arts exhibit to one of Fiesta's premier events. Behind the family-friendly fair is the King William Association, comprised of many members overseeing the preservation of Texas's oldest residential historic district.
The King William Association, as you know, we're well known for our annual King William Fair and Parade, our biggest moneymaker of the year. And with that, we're able to give back to the community and to the neighborhood. We have our grant program, which allows other organizations within the community and neighborhood to apply for money. Coming to the fair, you're giving back to the neighborhood.
Tina Garza is a current member of the King William Association, but she's also a longtime resident. So like many in the organization, Garza understands the importance of serving her community and giving back.
I'm a huge volunteer of the neighborhood. Whatever I can do to help out the neighbors in the neighborhood, I enjoy doing in my free time.
The King William Association continues to raise thousands of dollars annually, not only for the district, but for various grant and scholarship programs in the community. Like Garza, they're excited for another fun and prosperous King William Fair.
Just being outside and being with family and friends and enjoying all the Fiesta events this great city has to offer. Viva Fiesta! Eat and drink and spend a lot of money.
Well, we'll see great weather for Battle of Flowers. There is a window for some strong storms tonight. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
Most City of San Antonio offices will be closed today for Fiesta San Jacinto Day and Battle of Flowers. Emergency crews will be on duty and city parks will be open, but City Hall and most municipal offices will be closed. Also, there is no early voting today.
All right, good morning. Happy Fiesta Friday. It is April 28th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. So I don't want to put you on the spot, but is this your first Fiesta?
It's my first Fiesta, you all. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to it. What about you? Is this your second or third? Or...
I'm going to be honest. This is like my 7th Fiesta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so...
You're the expert. Okay.
I will say, we did have like a year and a half off because of COVID and whatnot, but we got a few Fiesta experts out in the field now. We got Mark, Steph. Guys, how's the look out there?
Well, it looks great. Everybody's, here. Everything's coming along. We've been here pretty early in the morning, and also here early in the morning with us is Melody and Rory. You're with the BCA Scouts and Troop 512, I understand. And so they've been setting up chairs all morning long, and you've seen everybody hard at work.
That's right. So, guys, tell us kind of what was it? You guys woke up this morning. You're like, we've got a to-do list, but this is going to be fun, right?
It's going great. Our troop sells tickets for Battle of Flowers and Flambeau every year. It's our big fundraiser for our scouts. And we get out here really early and get set up and then help everyone find their seats, and then we get to enjoy the parade. So it's great fun.
I love coming out here every morning. We get to help everyone find their seats and help set up the chairs. And I love coming out here and doing this in Flambeau. It's one of my favorite things to do with the troop.
You are the rare morning person. Most kids are like, I don't want to go. I want to stay in bed. Today you're excited.
Today I am.
I got you. Okay.
And tell me a little bit about Scouts BSA. I understand that you have girls, you have boys.
Yes. So Scouts BSA is anywhere from 11 to 18, and we have a boy troop and a girl troop at our post, and they meet. They go on campouts every month. They get to do fun adventures. They get to canoe and rock climb and all kinds of fun things, and they learn leadership along the way. And so, we're helping them become leaders and then hopefully earn their Eagle Scout.
Great fundraiser.
We're glad you guys are out here today. We'll let you get back to setting up and being ready for Battle of Flowers. Thank you, guys.
Have fun. Thank you.
Nice to meet you both. All right, so Steph, out here, I mean, it's a beehive of activity right now. You can hear them unloading chairs by the hundreds behind us here from a flatbed trailer. So if you think all the setup is done, that's not necessarily true. We're going to be setting up all the way to the last minute here.
That's right. There's a lot of chairs that still need to come up, a lot of food booths that are still, in the works, and then some of them are set up, but they haven't started cooking yet.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're wondering where the KSAT setup is and you want to come by and wave, we're at Avenue E and 6th Street, just off of Broadway, and easy and zooming in on the street sign there. This is where the stands are set up for our KSAT Insider Party, and I checked a little while ago. There are still tickets available. We would love to have you out here. Our grandstands, this is the biggest, I said it last half hour, biggest setup I've ever seen KSAT have as far as grandstands go. It is truly impressive.
It's very impressive. It's a different location, just in case you came to our Insider Party last year, completely different location. And actually, it feels different out here, Mark, because last year I was wearing a jacket, and I had my jacket ready because I thought it was going to be cool. I mean, I guess it is kind of cool, but to be honest, it's cool and humid, so be prepared for that.
Very humid. So Steph knows I'm a slightly impatient person. I was going to ask our news director, Mario, can we start our parade coverage now because we're ready?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
He says yes. There's only one problem. We have no floats.
Well, I remember the ones that I was passing on the way here. Yeah, the ones. So we can start talking about that.
Well, we're blabbermouths. We could go for another 10 minutes, but they want us to wrap things up. We're going to toss it back to you guys in the studio. Hey, and don't forget, Viva Fiesta. See you out here later on live for Battle of Flowers on KSAT 12.
Mark, Stephanie, thank you all so much. The Battle of Flowers Parade kicks off this morning. You can watch our watch party along the parade route. Our live coverage continues at 9 a.m. Scan the QR code right there on your screen to buy tickets, which comes with 2 delicious tacos, assigned seating, and yes, bathrooms. Plus, you get to hang out with the KSAT crew.
And as Mark said, those tickets still available. And then remember, after the parade, make sure to keep it right here on KSAT 12. We have the SA Live Battle of Flowers after party. That's happening 1 to 2 p.m. Mike will be part of all of the fun. And Justin, they were stealing your thunder out there. They were pretty much doing the weather forecast, talking about how humid it was out there.
Yeah, well, they're right. It is humid. The humidity has moved in. And by the way, I'm excited. The Fighting Texas Aggie Band will be in the Battle of Flowers today. I love checking that out. Anyway, had to fit that in there. A lot of humidity. We can see that here with the cloud cover starting to surge in. And you'll notice the visibility is down just a little bit there in the distance. That's all due to the humidity. We're going to see some patchy fog this morning. Right now, 67 and cloudy being reported at the airport. Southerly winds at about 9. We are going to watch some of that fog. Visibility has been down. New Braunfels, Seguin, Pleasanton. Hasn't really spread into San Antonio yet, but we could see at least a window this morning where visibility is down. KSAT 12-hour forecast, 65 at 8 o'clock. Still dealing with some patchy fog, but I think it clears out just in time for Battle of Flowers, and we'll see mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the 70s, maybe into the 80s by the end of the parade. Then it's tonight, starting around, say, 4 or 5 o'clock, that we'll start to see storms building over the area. And a pretty good risk of some storms and maybe a little bit of severe weather between the 6 and 9 o'clock time frame here in San Antonio. The risk is there today. The Storm Prediction Center has us in a risk for numerous severe storms on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 3. So there is a little bit of an elevated risk. The window's small, but it is there. We need to talk more about that. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. But let's get over to Stephen now because we continue to see incidents coming in.
Yes, and this one's in the same spot where we saw a crash that occurred earlier this morning. I want to give you a quick look here, first and foremost, because this has been reported as a crash in the eastbound lanes of 410. Camera shot is there at Harry Wurzbach. Notice that we at least have 3 vehicles with their hazard lights on and what looks like about 2 lanes blocked off. Now, also, if you look very closely on your screen, you see someone that looks to be directing traffic. We're not sure if that's a first responder because it just appears now that we're starting to see some of those flashing lights arrive to the scene. Be very careful. I'm seeing a vehicle that's actually trying to maneuver around the shoulder lane. Watch out. We hope everyone is doing okay because this looks like a very busy spot already. So watch out. You don't want to do what that driver's doing, cutting around. You have to give those first responders plenty of room. Again, this is in the eastbound lanes as we reported. Earlier, I labeled it as an incident, but it looks like it has been confirmed as a crash. No reports yet on any injuries. We hope everyone is doing okay out there, but keep in mind, we just saw a TxDOT Hero truck arrive to the scene. Watch out. A little bit of orange is already starting to build in that area. But let's give you a wide look at the metropolitan area. And really, thankfully, it's been very quiet. We have a few stalls, as you can see on our screen, but none of it seems to be impacting the commute. We know a lot of people are going to make their way downtown for the Battle of Flowers parade, so that's going to be obviously something to look forward to, but you have to watch out anytime an incident like this pops up on the roadways delays, regardless of where your travels take you, make sure that you give those first responders plenty of room. We are seeing, again, a TxDOT Hero truck that arrived on the scene, so hopefully we'll have a better update in the next few minutes. Max.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, late breaking news this morning. An overnight fire destroying a vacant home also left a neighbor's home in need of a lot of repairs.
It broke out just before midnight in a neighborhood not far from Jackson Keller and Blanco Roads.
That's right. Katrina Weber has been at the story through the morning, joins us live from downtown. So, Katrina, you mentioned earlier that this fire actually did not start in either of those homes.
Well, that's right. Firefighters told us it actually started in a backyard shed, but then quickly spread. Now, when fire crews arrived there in the 200 block of Green Meadow just before midnight, they found that the fire had jumped from the shed to the vacant home on that same property. They say the heat from the fire then caused some bubbling to the siding on a neighbor's house. That woman also had to be evacuated for a while, but no one was hurt. There's no word yet on what caused this fire. Firefighters said they're looking into the possibility that there was someone inside the house. Neighbors told them about some people who may have gone into the property without permission. And they say that they also found that even though no one was living on the property, that backyard shed was crammed with items. Reporting live downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you for that update, Katrina. Right now, your time is 6:38 and it's 67 degrees outside.
All right, we got a lot to come here on GMSA. After the break, one of the biggest competitions during Fiesta, they announced their winners. We're talking Battle of the Bands. That's just ahead. Good morning, welcome back. Happy Fiesta Friday. Our Battle of Flowers coverage continuing through the morning. We are live. We're getting ready for our KSAT watch party.
Mark and Stephanie are there along with our Jonathan Cotto. Jonathan, are you ready for all the fun this morning? All right, Jonathan, check out that outfit. Looking good, my friend.
Alyssa, I was born ready. Max, I was born ready, and I think San Antonio was born ready. If there's one time out of the year that the entire Alamo City wakes up at the same time, I think it's today, because I'm telling you, the streets of downtown have not been more exciting. And let me tell you something, last night was also exciting. We can take you over to Battle of the Bands, where we know more than 4,000 marching band students, twirlers, and performers from 37 area high schools competed in the Battle of Flower Band Festival. And that is what's new this morning. The winners, starting off with the Parade of Bands in Category 3A. First place band award goes to Robert G. Cole High School. Second place goes to Marion High School. Now in Category 4, that's 4A, first place band award goes to John F. Kennedy High School. Second place goes to Memorial High School. And moving on to 5A, first place band award goes to Piper High School. Second place goes to Southwest Legacy High School. And for 6A, first place band award, Claudia Taylor Lady Bird Johnson High School. Second place band award, John Paul Stevens High School. And moving on to 6A, first place band award, Claudia Taylor. Once again, Lady Bird Johnson High School. Second place band award, John Paul Stevens High School. Now, another big award of the night is the People's Choice Award, Max and Alyssa, and this award goes to the band that had the most crowd-pleasing performance, and that honor goes to Piper High School. So big shout out to all the performers and all the bands that participated last night. If anyone knows anything about marching bands, it's me. I love them, and we're gonna get a lot of those sights and sounds from those marching bands today. Back to you, Max and Alyssa.
That's right. We know you were a drum major back in high school. Jonathan out there killing it. We know.
Thank you, Jonathan. All right. So, Stephen, as a lot of people start heading down to Battle of Flowers parade routes, what does it look like out there?
They're going to want to be careful out here, Max, because unfortunately we at least have one crash report at 410 eastbound at Harry Wurzbach. Latest update, first responders have arrived out there. You can see that we at least have 2 San Antonio police units along with a TxDOT Hero truck. As they step out of the camera, take a look at your screen there, because we actually also have a vehicle that looks like it's facing the shoulder lane there. Not sure exactly the extent of any injuries or how this crash happened. Always like to emphasize, we hope everyone is doing okay, but it does look like we at least have 2 lanes blocked, and right now this is causing a little bit of delay for drivers that are heading in that direction. So again, 410 eastbound at Harry Wurzbach is where we have that crash that's been reported. We'll keep a very close eye on it, but for the majority of the commute, thankfully I'm not seeing a whole lot of delays out there. If you plan on heading down for the Battle of Flowers parade, nothing really should slow you down, but that doesn't mean you should just jump at the chance and speed speed down there. Take your time. We're going to keep a close eye on the roadways throughout the morning. Again, not really seeing a whole lot else out there, but again, we do want to keep a very close eye on this crash here at 410 at Harry Wurzbach. We'll again have an update on that coming up a little bit later on, Justin.
Thanks, sir. And you can see there's a little bit of lower visibility out there, but for the most part, we haven't seen a ton of fog here in San Antonio. We have seen the morning clouds, 67 right now and cloudy. Dew point is at 65, and we've got a southerly breeze at about 9 miles per hour. Check out the dew points. They have increased a lot. Yesterday was nice. We had low humidity. Not this morning. Humidity has surged back in. We got dew points in the mid-60s. That puts us in the muggy territory, and it will be muggy for most of or all of Battle of Flowers. Look at visibility here. We've got some lower numbers, but not a big issue with fog here in town. Seguin has seen some thick fog, so has New Braunfels, as had Pleasanton and Gonzales, Kennedy, Beeville. That's kind of the area where fog has been the thickest, and it's tried to move northwest, but again, so far here in San Antonio, we're doing just fine. We are going to see the morning clouds, a little bit of patchy fog. That should go away by mid-morning. So Battle of Flowers looking great. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s to start. By the end of the parade, we'll be near 80. Mostly sunny skies, I think. 88 degrees by 3 o'clock. It is warm and humid this afternoon. And then pretty rapidly around 5, 6 o'clock, we're going to see storms developing in the hill country. And those work towards San Antonio between 6 and 9 p.m. That is the time frame we need to watch for some severe weather, about a 70% chance of rain. So heads up if you have evening plans. The reason for that, we've got a cold front moving through the Texas Panhandle. That slides south and east pretty quickly today, and it's right along that front that we'll get storms really blossoming around DFW around the 4 o'clock hour, but you'll start to see some development further south along this front as well, and that includes in our area. So there is a good risk for some strong storms today, and the Storm Prediction Center has put us in a elevated risk for numerous severe storms on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 3. So that is an elevated risk for us. And even if you're not in that numerous category here, we're still expecting scattered severe storms for most of our viewing areas. So we've got to be on the lookout. We've got to be weather aware this evening. Around 4 o'clock, there's not going to be much there, but watch how rapidly these storms fire up. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, we've got a broken line of showers and storms, likely some severe storms involved. And then by 7 o'clock, this model shows the line moving in around San Antonio around this hour, 70% chance of rain. And then it quickly moves south and east. And I think by 9 o'clock, the risk will have kind of come down here in San Antonio, but our coastal counties will still be getting some of those storms. It's not until midnight that this completely clears our viewing area, and then we'll get a few lingering showers behind that. But it clears out by sunrise tomorrow. And we'll get sunny skies all day long on Saturday. Now, it will be windy behind that system. Hail and gusts, wind gusts are the main threats today with the severe weather. Hail especially, something we'll be watching for you. Of course, if something does pop up, we'll let you know via KSAT weather app. Gusts to 40 miles per hour possible tomorrow morning before the winds die down. And those winds should calm by the time we get to Fiesta Flambeau. In fact, it'll be a little bit chilly by the time the parade's winding down into the 50s. Extended forecast. We'll go 75 tomorrow behind the front, 84 and sunny on Sunday. Beautiful day there after a cool start. And then nice weather next week.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Justin, for that update. Right now it's 6:48, 67 degrees outside.
All right, let's take a quick live look out there. We know a lot of people out and about headed to Battle of Flowers. So if you are out there, drive safely, be smart. We'll be right back.
Time of the clock, 6:52, and we still see problems here at 410 at Harry Wurzbach. Remember, this is a crash that was reported in the eastbound lanes. We at least have 2 lanes that are blocked off right now, but it appears that first responders could be working to clear this. Make sure you give them plenty of room. No word yet on any injuries. Hope everyone is doing okay, but we are seeing a little bit of a slowdown there. At least 2 lanes blocked off, but 3 lanes traffic is making its way on by without any trouble there, Justin.
Thank you, Stephen. We do have a little bit of patchy fog in spots. That'll clear up, so will the clouds. So we're going to see some good weather for Battle of Flowers. Temperatures in the 70s for most of the parade. Great if you want to go out and enjoy it, but we do need to let you know there's a risk for severe weather tonight that kicks in between 6 and 9 p.m. here in San Antonio. Good chance of rain, and then gusty winds tomorrow, but good weather for Fiesta Flambeau, too. Keep your KSAT weather app handy tonight. We'll pass along any alerts that we get in.
Now, you guys, we've been ragging on Justin all morning about not having enough Fiesta apparel on, so we brought this flower crown out for you, Justin.
Can we just crown
yeah, we just, you know,
Justin,
to join the Fiesta. Yes. Mark, Stephanie, you know, it is Fiesta in here in the studio. How's it looking out there for you all?
It's actually looking very festive. The sun is out, so we can see more of it. It's very nice out here. A lot of people are already coming to say hi. So if you're out here on Avenue E and 6th Street, come say hi. Hi, guys. Thanks for waving at us.
Yeah, so we've got clouds right now, guys, but we're hearing from Justin that we're in great shape for later on for the parade. We've been so wrapped up in kind of setting the scene out here, Jonathan, we forgot to mention that our coverage starts around 9 o'clock this morning. And we've got coverage all over the place, all our platforms.
It starts at 9, and it's amazing to know that in just a couple of hours, these stands are just going to be filled with so many people. You know, we mentioned this morning that we got a preview of those floats. They look amazing. So everyone coming out to the parade route, you're really in for a treat. Also, there are so many food vendors set up along the parade route, so you don't want to miss out on the gorditas, the tacos, and of course, the popular and famous chicken on a stick.
Absolutely. And if you think if you come out now, you're going to be too early, no. There's already a bunch of folks here. So, I mean, but we talked about it earlier, guys. The excitement in the air. I thought I was just over-caffeinated. It's just the excitement of Battle of the Flowers.
No, you can feel it.
Battle of Flowers.
Yes, everybody's excited, and it doesn't matter what number fiesta this is for you. I grew up in San Antonio, so this is my, I guess technically 48th fiesta. Jonathan, this is your second fiesta?
This is my second official fiesta, and you know, actually, the Texas Cavaliers River Parade, that was my first river parade that I had attended and also participated in. So this fiesta is special. 2023 fiesta is something different, and it feels different.
Mark. Oh, sorry, Mark.
You're all good.
What about you?
I don't remember how many, because I mean, I grew up here. My dad was in the Air Force, so I've lived here off and on since I was a little kid. But as far as doing Battle of Flowers, I've lost count. This is maybe my 4th or 5th hosting Battle of Flowers.
But you're familiar with fiesta.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Going back to when we lived here in the late 70s. But I'm looking forward to see San Antonio show up today. And if you're new to San Antonio, the city more or less shuts down because of this parade today. This is the big one. Of course, we have Flambeau tomorrow night, and that coverage continues right here on KSAT as well. But today, the order of the day is Battle of Flowers.
That's right, and this is where you need to be. So our coverage starts at 9. The parade will be coming through 10, and Vanguard will be like a little after 9. So Mark said it best, the earlier out here, the better. And also because they'll be closing some streets. And even Jonathan and I, on the way over here, we got caught in the parade before the parade.
That's right. The parade was already en route before it even started, and I have to mention again, you're in for a treat this year. Now, we have to mention there's still time for tickets, right, Mark? I know you mentioned that earlier this morning.
Yeah, I checked, and there are still tickets available for the grandstands here, the KSAT Insiders Party. You can find that on our website under the Entertainment tab. But tickets are still available for these giant, massive KSAT grandstands looking over the parade route. We hope everybody has a Viva Fiesta.
That's right.
Yes, have a great time. We'll see you here, and we'll see you at 9 a.m.